Well, we're back here talking to Taryn Gill, who's the founder of The Perfect Hair. Some of the issues when you were speaking, I had a knot in my stomach as you were speaking, talking about the issues around retail. It's something that just vicariously and directly that I've had experience in, and I understand. That's why I call the battle zone out there in terms of to fight for that shelf space and for the attention, the voice out there. So let me start off by talking about strategy. And if Kumaran was sitting here, Kumaran Padiyachi, who's often on panel with me, he'd be talking about the strategy here. What is the strategy? I asked you if you wanted to be what were you? Were you a manufacturer? Were you a retailer? Were you a marketer? What are you? Were you in logistics? Which part of the game are you in? And to me, you're in a very precarious situation, because I think part of you, this is my read, and the part of you loves the brand. You've built the brand. You've put a lot of effort and energy into the brand, and part of the fantasy as you fall asleep at night is to see your brand all over shelves, all over Africa, all over the world. Okay, that's part of the fantasy. But the other side of the reality is that the wholesale, the ability to manufacture somebody else's label, brings in the cash a lot quicker. And you sit in this juxtaposition of cash or brand.
Yes.
Okay. And that's a very difficult place to be in, because in a weird way there are different competencies, because when you're in a brand space, it's about building a brand, it's about how you get the brand out there, and that's a whole competency in of itself. When you're in I will contract manufacture in essence, even though I'm using a contract manufacturer, but I'm the wholesaler, it's my formulations, etc. I'm putting somebody else's label on. You're actually in the sales business in a weird way. It's about going to sell that to somebody, and it's subtly but importantly different business to that one. I'm one for compromise, and I'm one for understanding the reality of the journey that we go through as entrepreneurs. You know, just on a personal level, I had to go and supplement my income by consulting and took all that money and speaking in order to bring it back into the business, to cash flow the business.
I started doing that myself.
Exactly. So in order to, because you do what you need to do. So
yes.
I have a huge amount of empathy for that. The problem is when the outcome, when the means to an end becomes the end in itself. So you have to answer question number one is, what do you want? What does Taryn really, really want? Because if you are wanting to see that brand there, okay, and you land up being this, let's call it contract wholesaler, to use a new word. If you're that person, there'll be a dissonance between your reality and your dream, and something will eat at you the whole time. You'll feel like you've sold out. If you make peace and say, I'm in this, I don't mind losing the brand, I'm in it to go and build a business, and that's what I want, then you'll have resonance with that strategy. So the first place I think you have to go is sit in a dark room by yourself and work out which one it is. And my read, just based on my years of experience, is that you haven't done that. You're moving between the two the whole time. Now let's move to the next level. Okay, so that to me is like number one. The next level is then can only be answered if I know which way you're going. But I'm going to try and move between the two. If you go to the left or you go to the right.
I know which way I'm going,
which
so
way?
you can.
Which way?
You can narrow yourself down.
Which way are you going?
I am completely and utterly proud of what myself and my team have built around the signature brand. But we're in no way disillusioned enough to thinking that we are going to be in 10 years' time still with just the signature brand. We are very happy to custom manufacture, to become the wholesaler, the retailer, the distributor, the marketer. Like I said, the end game is a black industrialist hub where beauty brands can come and be birthed and taken to market. So we are quite clear that is the strategy.
But then you've got to let go of the perfect hair brand. In your mind, it needs to have been part of your journey,
To me, it's my in Zulu terms, you would say my firstborn.
Yes.
To me, it's my firstborn, and it gave me so much experience, and I learned the do's and the don'ts. But I take that same passion. I'm busy creating a trio range for a retailer right now. I take that same passion and I put it into that new range. Very proud of it.
Okay.
I can birth many babies.
Okay. Okay. But all right. So let me. So I'm glad you said that. But I'm just saying here that if you don't let go of that, in other words, it becomes what it is your firstborn, and it was there to teach you. It's not the end game in and of itself.
Yes.
It comes part of. It was just the first one you manufactured for yourself. Then the strategy is here. Then to me it's about then building these competencies, because if it's this, it's a different strategy. If it's this, it's a different strategy. It's this. So there's no the USP per se is the fact that you're just better than anyone else in actually formulating. You're better than everyone else in manufacturing correctly. You're better than anyone else in packaging specifically for this market. You're better than anyone else in
understanding the market.
Yeah,
what
well,
she
come
wants.
to what she wants. What you come to the formulation. What she wants is to formulate it, right? So that becomes the where your core competence lies in you're actually interpreting the market and presenting it what it wants. That's your core competency. Whereas in this one, if you had said that way, it would be about a USP, a different retail USP, and it's about the marketing side, where this is more interpretation, packaging, and it's not about getting it out there. That's somebody else's problem. And quite frankly, to my view, is that that's the smarter move, because I think in the long run you can build far more value. There's more ego this side, there's more value that you can create this side, and to me this is a far more sustainable and mature approach to building a business. The last point that I want to make, and I've got a few seconds left here, is the fact that it's a bumpy ride. You know, just reading the language of what you put down. There's the language is a dangerous language in here, and because there seems to be no acknowledgement that it will be bumpy. It's bumpy for everyone. Everyone's on the plane of building a business.
Yes.
No matter it's a bumpy ride. Some is more bumpy than others, but it's a bumpy ride.
Yes.
And I think your personal journey has to be to breathe through it, okay, and say, okay, I'm in it, and I accept it's going to be bumpy, because for as long as you don't accept it's going to be bumpy, it's going to be hard. When you go, it's bumpy, you go, there's another bump. Okay, there's another bump. Well, my stomach feels a little thing, but it's another bump.
Gosh, that cash flow, another bump.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And I've been through it.
We do take pain, yes.
And tens of thousands of people, or hundreds of thousands who are watching this now, have been through that too.
Yes.
We have to end there. I wish you the very best of luck. I think, you know, I've been doing this for a long time. I think you've got what it takes.
Thank you.
Short, I really do. And I hope that you build this magnificent business. South Africa needs more people like you. Well done.
Thank you.
Up next.
With all the money that I had on my savings, I went to put up a big deposit for this expensive car, hoping that in the next probably year I'll be a multi-millionaire. And actually the opposite happened.